Hey there, Ninja Party people! I'm the Mysterious JG, and welcome back to Let's Play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, the next Glory, Champion Edition, Turbo Fighting, etc., etc., etc. New Horizons. So, all I got to fight with right now is the Dragon Sword, and I don't have any projectile weapons, although I must have projectile weapons, because I think if I press the, I can read about the Dragon Sword. This legendary Japanese sword has been passed down through generations of the dragon lineage. Its amazingly sharp blade, carved from the fang of an ancient dragon, has slain evil beings far too numerous to count. So long as the sword remains on this earth, it may only be wielded by a descendant of the dragon lineage. Ryu Hayabusa now carries the sword just as his father Joe Hayabusa did before him, and Ken Hayabusa did at one point as well. During the Dark Dragon Blade incident 1 year ago, Ryu took up the sword in his father's absence. Although Ryu defeated many powerful enemies and avenged his clan, his father Joe remained the true heir of the Dragon Sword. However, after witnessing Ryu's bravery, valor, and strength, Joe resolved to pass the legendary weapon to his son earlier than planned. Don't seem to have projectile weapons yet. Talisman's effect trigger automatically is Talisman's Rebirth. When its possessor is mortally wounded, although it reportedly disintegrates after a single use, proponents of the talisman speak of miracles. Many trust in its power. Crafted deep within the sacred caves below a secretive Shinto shrine, talisman prevents the bearer from descending the Yomotsu Hirasake, the slope that divides the land of living from the land of the dead. The bearer of the talisman is thrown back among the living with a good amount of health and ki restored. Hey, you actually have descriptions beyond what you just get in the game when you find them. So the Devil's Way mushroom is a mushroom that contains large amounts of substance known to replenish ki, the essence of Ninpo. It grows wild on cliffs and remote mountain areas that are extremely difficult to reach. Most specimens are gathered by followers of the Shugendo. When on pilgrimage to mountainous regions, the mushroom is rich in alkaloids that are poisonous to most people, but those tenacious enough to have developed a tolerance to it prize its ki regenerating properties. Strangely enough, those who consume the mushroom claim that it's quite delicious. Herb of spiritual life. A dried medicinal herb with remarkable healing properties. The herb of spiritual life appears to be related to the Yartsa gunbu, or caterpillar fungus, but is much rarer and boasts instant efficacy. The herb does not grow as a parasite on insects like the caterpillar fungus, but little else is known about its life cycle. Although distilled elixirs from the herb's extract are available on the market in limited quantities, dried specimens of the full herb are much more effective. And I got various scrolls. Alright, so we're going to cross this bridge to further action. Which way am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go that way. So let's go this way. Oh, we can. Okay, let's go. Trying to line up a super shot there. Trying to do a obliteration technique on this guy. Damn. I'm good there for a second, but no, I will definitely, even on easy mode, I'll have to get better at this game as we go. And I just lost the sound, so crap. Oh boy, this really isn't good. Completely lost the sound. You can hear a car alarm outside if my headphones are picking that up. One of these cables is going on me. My main hope is that it's not the one that's... You guys are actually going to be able to hear the commentary track, which is not a certainty. Oh, deal with your fucking car alarm, whoever you are. When I see enemies coming from a distance, I want to try to line up an ultimate technique, but sometimes they just stop and start throwing shuriken, and that's kind of wrecks it. Feeling enemies will be coming at us from over here eventually. Oh, no, cinematic. Well, coming up is something that I missed on my first run through. Didn't miss this. Seems to me like this would make the news if a statue came to life and knocked over a building. So the Buddha, a symbol of peace, except in this game. Let's see if we can get a UT lined up in time. A little lower one. May not have been worth going to all the trouble for only those two guys. So like just a couple of their green. These are the green black spider ninjas, or the green spider ninjas as they could be known. There's some guy shooting arrows at us. So something that I missed is that I guess if you know what you're doing, there's a way to get up and attack those guys. Maybe not. I don't know how to get there. Because you just can't wall jump back and forth, I don't think. Let's see if there's a way to get up there later. But I think there's treasure that I missed by not going up there. Press the R1 button and I think I missed shuriken guys. What the? Oh. Okay, unexpected. Federation technique. Held off just long enough to almost get myself in trouble. Okay, so there's got to be a way to get up there. There's definitely something where I saw the fact that you can get up to where some of those guys are. But I don't think it's because I went past it and I think it resulted in me missing loots. But I don't see how you're doing that here. Either way, the correct path forward is that way, so I can probably come this way without great risk of missing anything. Maybe there's a way up here. Well, there's a life of the gods, but I missed a crystal skull by not getting to where those guys are attacking me from. Not seeing it. Alright, hold on. I don't like doing this, but I'm just gonna freaking pause the game and see if I can find it. I'm worried about missing this thing now. Okay. See that tree on the stairway? Move next to the... Okay, when you approach the stairway, you'll be ambushed by a duo of archers. For each time, you need to be a little creative. See that tree on the stairway? This is the game facts. Let me give credit to the guy. This game fact is written by Vampire Horde. So thank you, Vampire Horde, for draining our blood and teaching us techniques. See that tree on the stairway? Move next to the cherry blossom trees and do a bird flip on the tree to reach a small roof ledge. Okay, so before you go around the corner, jump down into the water below. Oh, apparently we got to go quite a ways back. We may have been supposed to do this right after we cross that bridge, so hopefully we can get back there. I don't think we've yet reached a place where we can't backtrack more or less at the beginning of the stage, and I don't really care what my rankings are as far as time. Ow. Okay, except for these guys will... Obliteration techniques? Oh boy. Those archers will, I guess, lose patience and come after you. So, before we head down the stairs... It didn't really seem like we could do it there. Looking for any places with this little place where we could sneak in. They did mention a cherry tree. I certainly wouldn't have caught this without the facts, so... Ah. Interesting. I would not have figured that out without the help of the Fac. Thank you, Fac, for making us laugh about love again. This brings us to Crystal Skull. A legendary out-of-place artifact known since ancient times. So you do get the description of it again. If you want to go down the lower catwalks, be ready for a gaggle of enemies. Prefer to skip the lower catwalk, continue past the upper walkway to encounter some more. You guys are ninjas. Well, it looks like we can I don't see how we actually avoid going back down from here. This looks like a fairly self-contained little area. Yeah, it seems like that's a little self-contained area, and that once we can't get... Because it says use the upper catwalk to fight ninjas. Seems to me like we have to go back down because we're being blocked from going anywhere else. Because this is where we were before. Oh, we didn't have to go down. I got you. And before I was looking at enemies up here and trying to figure out how to get to them and seeing this pipe, but this is in fact just what you get if you don't jump down those stairs. I was trying to ultimate technique you, but whatever. Use obliteration techniques. They both end up with you guys dead, so that's the main thing. So I think we've got everything from here. There's a statue. I suppose we should use it. Let me get back to off of the FAQ and onto... Well, hold on, I'll read ahead briefly. Phantom Warlocks are coming up. Boss battle. Spoiler, except that I already told you there's 3 boss battles in this. I don't see any big treasure chests that are missable coming up for a while, so let's go back to where I can actually see my timer. I didn't mean to save again, but I did, and it didn't really hurt anything, so we'll be fine. That's the way to go. Here's a treasure. NWO is the only way to go. Got some more Devil's Way mushroom. We got a pre-killed dead body, which means that there'll be something to examine it for. The flying swallow technique, which is familiar from the previous game. Jump forward and press triangle to attack enemies from above. Enemy foe in your path will be decimated. Using crowded areas. Use this technique. You must have the dragon sword equipped. And this is the main reason why when I get another weapon, I'll be really torn between moving away from this weapon, because this technique is quite handy, especially against some bosses. isn't where we go? Okay, I guess we'll go back over this way. I'm trying to use my flying swallow technique. You guys aren't letting me do it. You just introduced a sweet new technique. I want to use it. Ow, got set on fire by some warlock dude. I don't even know what's going on now. I'm like, am I hurting people or am I getting hurt? There we go. That guy I wanted to get rid of for sure. Well, all seems calm around here. Whoa, hey! Not that calm. Who are you and why are you siding with the black spider ninjas? Basically, I know from my previous experience that if you stay in the middle, you get caught by its hand swings. But you do have to move away from these blasts, which I'm not doing a very good job of avoiding. Oops. Oops. So fuck that up. Dude, I was blocking, but blocking's not going to help you with this. I should probably know that. Okay, what am I doing? Just use a freaking healing item. Don't try to be all that, JG. Better to do this than use my Talisman of Rebirth this early. Okay. Yeah, you need to do that. He does this thing where he keels over, and if you don't finish him with a special attack on his head, he recovers, and that's not good. Oh, hey, another statue is going to come to life and attack us now. Or not. Game wants us to go in there, so let's try coming over here. Nothing. Now though that gate looks suspiciously like where we need to go next. After whatever happens in here happens. Oh well. Well, you know what? I'll go with that. We used one healing item to get past a boss. That kind of thing's gonna happen. We got back Ninpo, which we didn't use. What are we taking from you? Take away your life. Oh, lunar staff. Lunar staff. The staff said to harbor the mysterious powers of the moon. To equip this weapon, press up in the shortcut menu. Now, I liked the lunar staff in the last game because it was kind of button smash friendly. The fact I'm reading says, don't button smash with this thing or you'll regret it, but again, this was the thing where I was like, I can basically just make sure that I'm blocking when I need to be blocking and slamming the weak attack button when I'm not. And when hordes of weak enemies were around, the fact that it creates like a spinning destructive field around you kind of made me semi-safe. Like, the lunar staff was my weapon of choice against those little, like, pink, glowy demon fiends from the last game. I do want to read up on it. The lunar staff is an Asian-style quarterstaff that is said to harbor the mystic powers of the moon. When the moon enters the full or new phases, the density of the staff's shaft increases. Oh, density, excuse me. Of the staff's shaft increases and it becomes slightly heavier as a result. The shaft of the weapon is made from a strong piece of willow. It's willow from TNA. Jeff Hardy. He had another gimmick that was even worse, where he was like a lawn care guy. I don't know. This is, you can look it up. Jeff Hardy had like a series of personas in TNA, and one of them was like a lawn care guy, like Itchweed or something. But Willow was there. Um, Treated with special oils and waxes to make it an exceptionally tough material. Animal tendons are wrapped around the shaft. That sounds sexy. And a layer of bone glue holds them in place. Bone glue is ring. Finally, an outer shell of steel encases the entire shaft. I keep saying shaft. The points on both ends of the staff are made from an alloy of high relative weight that contains iridium derived from meteorites. Muramasa insists that the animal connective tissue used to bind the staff is the Achilles tendon of a quillin, which is a mythical creature known throughout the cultures of the East. Was it a meteorite? I asked you if it was a meteorite. So we'll equip the lunar staff for a while. Big problem with it is that we don't have the cool shoot forward attack in the air. Techniques. It's only level 1, so we can do square, 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 triangle, or square towards square, square. That looks suspicious like square, 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 square. We'll use this for a while. But actually, it might, this wisest move might be to just get better with the default weapon. That was not the right button. The ultimate technique. Hold triangle. Hold triangle to charge, then release. If successful, your enemies will suffer. The longer you charge, more powerful your attack. If there is essence nearby, you'll absorb them to charge faster. So this works pretty much the same way it did in the last game. I have a harder time aiming them in this game, although maybe that's just because I haven't been playing this, and by the time I finished the last game, I'd put in quite a bit of time. I feel like they're going to give me a situation where you want to use ultimate charges. It sort of used ultimate techniques there, but didn't really do it that well. Oh, wow, I accidentally set my alarm for 5 p.m. instead of 5 a.m., so my alarm is going off in my bedroom. I'm going to endure that for a few minutes and hope that you can't hear it. Because the only alternative is that I go shut it off. It's pretty audible. Hold on. Let's just enjoy the cool melee weapon screen. This is the most amateur LP ever. Hold on. Okay, could be worse. Kalis took a break to go to the bathroom once and didn't stop recording in a video I watched, so, you know, that still stands out to me as the worst. I just hope I remember to freaking set my, I didn't set anything. I just went and hit the button to stop the alarm. I sure hope I remember to change that to 5 a.m. before I go to bed. Otherwise, there is a pretty important meeting tomorrow, and I might be getting in a lot of trouble if I don't make it. Alright. The correct way to go is the only way to go. Gotcha. Boy, there's a lot of blood on this button. Is that just what it looks like? They don't have a thing where getting blood on your weapon makes it sticky, as they do in the Onachan Boro, whatever the hell they are games, the sexy bikini samurai chick game. Notebook, obliteration technique. Why, I ask you, why? It's Taz. Why? This is a gimmick on the Taz show that they dropped a long time ago.
Why am I incapable of finishing off my enemies? The other apprentices lop off heads left and right. What about me? What about Raven? Tess. When a bull lies before me, blood spurting from mortal wounds, begging for the mercy of my blade, I stand there like a practice dummy. I can't bring myself to use obliteration technique. Now that I think of it, my life has been full of tragedy. I saw far too much in the blood-drenched days of my youth. I must have suffered some mental trauma, causing my mind to flee from violence deep into the subconscious shelter. No, wake up! Obliterate! You must obliterate! Open and obliterate, damn it! Some Zenamaru. P.S. For some reason we wanted Dark Dragon Blade into T.
So here's a charming little Japanese garden area. I'm wondering if this doesn't appear to be loot. I'm wondering if this leads to a cinematic. The ultimate technique. The technique of ultimate guidance. Hold triangle and release. When there is essence nearby, hold to absorb the essence. Charge your ultimate to take. The ultimate take will charge faster, and then the enemy is hit by the attack will drop essence than usual. Use dropped essence to chain together more ultimate techniques. Yeah, that's how you pretty much have to clear all of the. They had those endurance challenges from the last game, which may or may not be a part of this one. That was your main thing, was try to get those going, because if you didn't, you're going to have a real hard time. I think it's going to be enemies coming from over here, but there's not. As you, so just walls for you. Be fine. Oh, man. I'm doing horribly here, and I didn't have anywhere near this much trouble the other night. I am highly annoyed by this turn of events. I'm trying to collect all this ultimate technique so, but whatever the fuck. Essence. Yeah, this is going way worse than it did for me last night. I didn't have any trouble until I got to the final boss of this whole zone. Now here I am getting my butt kicked. Now the point of this is that you're supposed to be learning to do ultimate combos, but yeah, you see, I just completely missed there. He flew off between two guys. I use all my friggin' healing items. There's still more of them here. Over. I used all my freaking healing items to get through that, so that sucked. I mean, in theory, I could just go back to my last save, whatever, but... Yellow essence used at the Muramasa shop. This is where they finally explained that for the first time, which suggests that we're going to be going to the Muramasa shop for the first time soon. Which would be good, because I just used up all of my healing items, and we'll need to buy more. Put you guys into a contained area. Can't even see what's happening, but at least I know I'm using obliteration techniques. This is the world famous Muramasa shop. You can buy items here when there are no enemies around. Are there enemies around? No. Buy items here. Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. This music is pretty awesome, and we have kind of hit the end of a video. So I'm going to call it a video here, and when we come back, we will continue shopping in the super sweet Muramasa shop. Hopefully I've gained enough essence to make up for the fact that it's only like 2 medicinal herbs I used, but I'm kicking myself because there's a higher end medicinal herb. We will not be able to afford to buy a bunch of these if we have to buy a bunch of the weak ones. I'm the Mysterious JG. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you join me next time as we continue to stumble fuck our way